coming very close to me. I mean, to me, you can get confused. Some people are.
Tell me, take that thing away, will you?
Are you after, do you want hands? Do you want handsome men on there, do you? What are you trying to do?
Here's your halfpenny, Tom.
You're here, Terry. I am not going to work you tonight. I will. On my top. How are you doing?
Too bad, that's it.
All right.
Yeah, but it's nice to play. Hey, buddy.
Sparkly me eye.
He wasn't using it.
They sit down there and smile nice for the camera.
Over there to play it straight,
Hello, Tom.
I'm a newcomer. We have a big festival in June. Paul Murray and
They say I was very hungry.
Sorry. Just stand here. No. Thank you. Oh no.
One after another.
are you up for re-election?
Actually, I've just been a parliamentary candidate unsuccessful in Hemel Hempstead, but I did all the
No, I've got no way you? How you going, Joe?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Nice, thanks.
Wasn't as well known as his brothers, Eddie was. We're not going to be forced to start carrying
As I mentioned previously so many times, this is my home. I mentioned so many times I wouldn't play playing again. That's how I feel it. And the people who came here, work, do something in this country, they need some home. The position,
Why did you do that? Next week I have it, it's very nice.
together,
How are you doing?
Actually,
that is the problem.
your credentials. This should be fine. Who was there now?
It's about what, 5 years?
Yes, I do. I've used the system. Yes, I do. Tommy, move on.
How do you manage with sound? That's it.
Right, I would like to call on our ambassador, Mr. Joseph Small, to speak to you all and officially open our centre here in Watford. So can we have a round of applause please for our ambassador, Mr. Joseph Small.
Hope the Rhine, agus a cóide go léir, idir tú agus cléir. Tá áthas san dain orm an cuireadh seo a áil uibh, bheithan seo libh nocht chun an anad brá seo a oscailt go hifigúil. Is cúis áthis dom a bheithan seo libh, agus is áit brá bríomh é. Mr. Chairman and Secretary and Mr. Mayor, Lady Mayor, and everybody associated with this wonderful project. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you this evening. I know it's the culmination of many years of dedicated work. And for me to come in here just to, at this stage when everything is done, to perform the, if you like, the official opening, that's the easy part. For you who've been with this project all the years, for a long time it was an aspiration. For you, it was the hard work, hard slog, trying to get the support in your own community and from the council. And let me say that I think there's a great debt of gratitude owing to the council, to the mayor, to the officials, and everybody who had a hand in bringing this project to fruition. It's tonight with the mayor here, it's very much an Irish-Indian operation. And not for the first time have two countries with the letter I, differing a little bit in size, but together in spirit in many ways. It's not for the first time they got together. There was a famous president of India, not too long ago, who as a young student visited Dublin in 1916 when there were certain things happening there. And the authorities decided it was dangerous to have a young fellow like that from the subcontinent watching what is happening in Ireland. He might get wrong ideas and take them back home. So he was very quickly and summarily sent out of Ireland. Another little, in more recent times, in 1948, the question remained unanswered. Was Ireland a republic or was it not? It was a question that had been asked over the years from the time of the enactment of our Constitution in 1937. And the question persisted through the war years. Was Ireland a republic or was it not? We had this rather vague status. So in 48, the issue was settled once and for all. We enacted a simple piece of legislation called the Republic of Ireland Act. That forever settled the question. Ireland was a republic. But that was deemed to place us outside the Commonwealth, because the notion of a republic within the Commonwealth was totally unacceptable at the time. It was anathema. But the Act of Ireland in 48 paved the way for India to become the first republic in the Commonwealth in 1950. So there was another little piece of Irish-Indian cooperation. Also, India, in giving to itself its own independent constitution, took some features from the Irish constitution. So there we have another little parallel. So tonight we're here again, Ireland and India, linked in this project. And I want to congratulate the Mayor personally for the personal involvement over his year of office and for being there to see this project come to fruition. I know that your building here, your lovely building, has been completed for some time since, I understand, the 10th of August last year. But I think when a voluntary organization with dedicated workers team up with the public authority, the council, the elected council, the patres conscripti, I think it's a wonderful combination. As we say in the Irish language, ni nart go curle kele. And I think that's a wonderful way to achieve success, to get the voluntary side working in strong cooperation with the elected authority and the officials of that authority. And I think that's what we've seen here. I want to say that when I came this evening and saw this lovely building and went around to see the playing pitch behind it, to see the river, to see the lovely trees and the lovely secluded picturesque spot, it must be one of the nicest spots available in Watford for a project such as this. I know it will be used fully and effectively, and I know that it will be a great centre for the Irish in this area, Watford and the areas surrounding Watford. I'm sure it will be used fully, comprehensively, and I know that with your dedicated committee and good management, that it's in good hands and that to be passed on to the next generation. And I know too that it's available for other communities, and this is another good aspect of this kind of project. So in declaring your lovely premises officially open, I want to congratulate everybody involved and wish you every success. And I hope that it's a place of togetherness and a place for the promotion of everything that is good from our culture and from our history. For a mila mahafe. To complete the double now, to go to the other eye, I think the Mayor will supplement my few remarks. Mr. Mayor.
Your Excellency, thank you for your kind words toward my native country. We appreciate that. But though we have to say, at the moment we are living here in this land, we have to call ourselves as British. Tonight's opening is a combination, as you mentioned, of much hard work and planning by the local community, the Borough Council, the members of Irish Association. I'm delighted to welcome you all tonight and watch the official ceremony. It is important to remember the Watford's community consists of people of different races, religions, and cultures, and that by meeting together in centers such as this one, we can share our different cultures and backgrounds with each other. I would like to thank all those people who have contributed to the Watford Irish Centre by their hard work and efforts and support. God bless you all. I feel myself, this is my home as well. Thank you very much, which I mentioned so many times. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I'd like to call on our chairman of our association, Mr. Michael Canning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to welcome you all here this evening on this very important occasion. I know this place has been a lifelong ambition of our community in Watford, and I would like to thank the Mayor, Mayoress and the Watford Council for what they've done to us, because without their help we couldn't have achieved it on our own. And I think it's very appropriate that we've held it on St. George's Day, because we had a lot from the Indigenous community here on St. Patrick's Night, and we've got a lot from the Indigenous community here this evening. And I hope we can celebrate St. George's Day as I would want this club to be, not just an Irish club, but a club reaching out to all communities in Watford and beyond, because that's what we're all about. We mustn't look inwards, we must look outwards. And I think it's very appropriate that it's St. George's Day, because we can celebrate with the local community, who are, a hell of a lot of them are members here, and they help us and work as hard as our own community for the good of this club. So I thank you all for being here, and it's a great pleasure for me to be part of this community. And I would also like to thank my committee and my fellow officers for the hard work they've done over the last many years. Thanks.
Thank you, Michael. I'd now like to call upon the Chairman of the Federation of Irish Societies, Mr. Seamus McCormick.
Mr. Mayor, Lady Mayor, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, members of the committee, ladies and gentlemen. I have great privilege to be present at this ceremony, because over a period of 3 years as chairman of the Federation, it is the first new Irish Centre in which I have had the privilege of being present as an opening. The creation of an Irish Centre in any community is about bringing the culture of a particular community to the attention of the broader community. We have actively encouraged in the Federation the development of Irish centres in cooperation with the local authority. And I must say that since becoming involved with Watford, and I have known Michael Canning and Chris Scahill for some years, has been very supportive of the Irish community of Britain and very supportive of the Federation. What we have encouraged is that Irish centres would cater for a broader community, and that they would be the home from home for the many thousands of Irish people who have been forced to emigrate because of the economic situation in Ireland. It is also a recognition by the local authority that the Irish community has a lot to offer, but they have contributed a lot to the development of this country. And I'm particularly delighted to re-echo the words of the ambassador that it is an Indian-Irish affair, because as a community we have got a lot in common in cultural terms. We have both been the subject of colonisation, and sprang from that is a pride which we have in our culture and in our heritage. And the creation of an Irish centre is an opportunity for us to promote that particular culture. I am glad that the Mayor is present and is endorsing the opening of the Irish Centre, and I'm also glad to hear that he views it as a home from home and that he in fact socialises here. We have to go on from this, and I would like all of you to remember that, as the ambassador says, this is a culmination of many years of work. In fact, Michael mentioned to me on one occasion that it is 10 years of devotion on his part. But the work does not end here. There were many centres throughout the country where people contributed very positively, and they felt that now we have created an Irish centre and the work has finished. The work has not finished. This centre is to be a centre of social, cultural and economic activity. We are to use it to promote Irish produce, to promote Irish culture, and in the promotion of Irish produce to ensure that the next generation of Irish people are not forced to immigrate. Inside this centre will be the promotion of Irish goods behind the bar, and hopefully that it will develop into a display of Irish produce, a display of Irish culture, something that we are all proud of. And I hope that you will all become actively involved and ensure that it goes from strength to strength. Thank you very much.
Thanks, David. I would now like to call upon Fergal McCone from the GAA in Hertfordshire to say a few words. Fergal McCone.
Mr. Mayor, Lady Mayor, Mr. Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Hertfordshire County Board, it's a great pleasure for me to be here tonight. I'd like to congratulate the Irish Association on this great project they have here. It's very important for the GAA in Britain, especially in Hertfordshire, because as far as the Hertfordshire County Board is, this is the centre of the Hertfordshire. We play 90% of our matches here, and it's very important to have facilities like this. Without these, we wouldn't have our games. I hope we can support you out through the years, and I wish you the best. Thank you very much for having me here.
Thanks, Fergal. Now I'd like to call upon Michael Whelan, the president of the Glen Rovers Hurling Football Club, to say a few words, please. Michael Whelan.
Your Excellency, Lord Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Glen Rovers, I would like to congratulate the Irish Association, which we are all members of anyway, on the formation of this club. And we in the Glen Rovers are part and parcel of it. We hope to remain that way, and we hope everything is for the future, for the good of us all, the community here in Watford and everybody in general. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. I've only got 2 more to go, so I won't keep you. Now, I'd like to call upon now Michael Hogan, who was a chairman at the beginning when it all started back in the 70s. And so Michael, I'd like to say a few words, please.
Mr. Mayor, Lady Mayoress, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. This was an unexpected honour. The first thing I want to do is to add my congratulations to the committee on achieving the goal which we set out to achieve in the early 70s, and which I and many of you sitting down there thought would never be achieved. The greatest possible tribute is due to these people who did this. Tonight is something of a nostalgic night for me, and I know for many of you down there who were with us from the very start. I suppose the Watford and District Irish Association will no longer exist. It will now be the Watford Irish Centre. It took years of hard work and endeavour to achieve that. I was thinking to myself down there while the ambassador was speaking about people being brought together. I remember when I started the association first, that people said that the Glen Rovers wouldn't work with us. They said that the Holy Root Club wouldn't work with us. Now, we proved over the years that the Glen Rovers are in fact some of our most staunch allies, and they still are. And those of you who are members of the committee will remember the outstanding part which Holy Root Club played with us when we had no home of our own. And I mentioned in particular Peter McGovern and his wife who are here tonight. I met a lot of old friends tonight and I brought back a lot of memories. Some of them funny, some of them not so funny. But I would like you to think that there's a lot of people who played a very outstanding role in the association who have passed on. We mustn't forget them tonight. The association, since its founding, played a very, very active role in Irish affairs in Britain, and one should never lose sight of that. This association was the association who first proposed that some action be taken on duty-free facilities on the boats and ferries and planes to and from Ireland. We too set up the very first welfare organisation to be set up in Britain, and now the welfare centres all over Britain are actively participating in the work which we put first on the map. I'll just tell you one funny story of Seamus McCall, who was here from the Federation. As you know, I was chairman of the Federation for 7 years. And at one time in the Federation, we were allowed 10 delegates. Now it's only 1. But 10 delegates used to go to Camden Town. And one year, in 1973, I contested the election for president of the Federation. I knew I would be beaten sick, but I was. But at the end of the voting, I asked the chairman, would he please call out the number of votes cast? And he said, and in my favour, there was 9 votes. Now, to this day, I never found out who was the delegate who didn't vote for me. Now, loads of memories come flooding back to me tonight. The huge dinner and dances we used to have, all the arguments about who would sit where at tables. If we didn't like somebody, we'd put them sitting at a table we knew they wouldn't like. There's one part of